All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in a 135-pound division where Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia will be fighting, and Gervonta Davis's opponent, Ryan Garcia, just exposed himself, or should I say, exposed himself previously, but it is again being brought to light about his stance on rehydration clauses and weight agreements. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division where there's an issue that I really don't feel like letting go. If you guys know me, I will stay on an issue for a while until it is all the way sorted out. And in this particular instance, there's been a piece of information that has come out about something Ryan Garcia said that affects this Gervonta Davis fight that he has coming up on the 22nd, or at least should affect people's opinion about his complaints related to that fight. Now, before I get into it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for continuing to watch the videos. Really does mean a lot. If you are a new to the channel, please accept my invitation and hit the like button, hit the share button, but hit the subscribe button, join the conversations. Even if we don't agree, we have some of the best conversations that you can ask for, because over here, and not saying that other people are not, but over here, we try to be strictly based upon logical reasoning. Now, I definitely have fighters that I like as fighters. There's definitely subjective things in the sport of boxing, like who you'll think will win, who you think you'll lose. But for the most part, I like to try my absolute best to base it on firm, solid logic. And in this particular case, we have Gervonta Davis, who's going to be fighting Ryan Garcia at a catch weight of 136 pounds with the rehydration clause, which will prevent either Gervonta or Ryan from weighing the morning of the fight more than 146 pounds. Ryan Garcia has complained about it vehemently, although he agreed to it. He has accused Gervonta Davis of weight draining him, saying, "Why do you want to weight drain me?" You know, blase, blase, blah. However, there was a tweet that came out from Ryan Garcia when he was commenting on another fight that took place that stands in direct contrast to what he is saying about Gervonta Davis in their negotiations that are currently for the fight that is about to take place in 20 days. Now, what is that? Gervonta Davis says, I'll fight you, Ryan Garcia, at 146. At 136. Ryan Garcia says, but he says to Ryan Garcia, you can't rehydrate more than 10 pounds the morning of the fight, right? These are weight stipulations. Now, again, I said that I like to be based upon logic. One of the most egregious violations to a logical mind, in my opinion, is hypocrisy. And that is when you have one standard for one person and you have another standard for another person. When you have a standard for yourself and a different standard for somebody else. Let's look at what Ryan Garcia's standard was for the fight that took place between Jake Paul and Hasim Rahman Jr. If you recall, Hasim Rahman had a weigh-in clause, which means at a certain point, days before the fight, he had to make a weight before he actually weighed in for the official weigh-in for the fight. Hasim Rahman was over that weight limit, and Jake Paul canceled the fight. Hasim Rahman Jr. then came out and said, look, and showed throughout the entire time that before the fight that ultimately took place between Jake Paul and whoever that was he fought, instead of Hasim Rahman, showed that he would have made weight if Jake Paul had continued with the fight. But Hasim Rahman violated the weight clause, right? That's my mother calling me. I got to call her back. But he violated the weight clause that he agreed to, and they pulled out of the fight, right? Now, what did he say? He said, if you sign a contract to fight at a weight, and then you later decide you can't because reality hits you, then that's on you. Don't agree to something you knew you weren't capable of, and then expect someone to just oblige to your misstep, right? So in this particular instance, Ryan Garcia is defending Jake Paul for a weight stipulation that he put in a contract that Hasim Rahman agreed to. But yet, when it comes to Ryan Garcia agreeing to a weight stipulation, not the exact same stipulation, but a weight stipulation nonetheless, he cries about it before he actually makes it. So in the case of Ryan, when it's Ryan Garcia and he agrees to something, he can cry about how unfair it is and what a bad guy the other person is. But when it's Hasim Rahman and Hasim Rahman agrees to a weight stipulation for Jake Paul, and then Hasim Rahman complains about a term that he agreed to, then Hasim Rahman is the bad guy. That is having a standard for yourself with Ryan Garcia and having a different standard for Hasim Rahman, which is, from what I can see, blatant hypocrisy. If Ryan Garcia says, hey, Hasim Rahman, you agree to something you can't do, you can't expect somebody to cry tears for you. Likewise, Ryan Garcia should not be able to say, hey, I agreed to do something, but I can cry about it and everybody should feel bad for me, right? Other people shouldn't feel bad for you, Ryan Garcia, if Jake Paul shouldn't be feeling bad for Hasim Rahman. Those two things match up as almost as analogous scenarios. But again, different standard that Ryan holds for himself than what he held for Hasim Rahman when it was Jake Paul's weight issue or weight stipulations in question. And also, he ain't the only one that did that. But that said, think it's going to be a good fight and all of that. But that does expose Ryan Garcia as somebody that, probably should keep his mouth shut about having to do something that he agreed to do. If he thought it was going to be any problem for him to make 136 or him to make the 146-pound rehydration clause, then he shouldn't have agreed to it. He should have moved on about his business and it wouldn't be an issue. Just like if Hasim Rahman couldn't make the weigh-ins, the 30-day weigh-in, 15-day weigh-in, whatever it was, if he couldn't have done that, then he shouldn't have agreed to it, right? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.